Akiachus. Well, I promised myself I wouldn't call you guys Akiachus because I don't know what an Akiachu is. But, um, I don't know. Everybody else says hello Akiachus, so I figured I'll say hello Akiachus for a change. Anyways, before I get started on the questions for today, I just wanted to discuss a bit of a serious matter. As you can tell, I'm wearing a purple shirt and I got a little purple on my necklace if you can't see. And I'm doing this because there are 6 people that I love very much. Asher, Billy, Seth, Justin, Raymond, and Tyler. And I didn't know them personally. In fact, I know millions of people who love them, didn't know them personally, but I just wanted to say that they were forced out of this world by ignorance. And I don't think that's fair at all. I don't care what decisions they've made with their life or whom their feelings or emotions that they had that people seem to think is wrong. Because in this world, everybody's different. That's what makes this world unique. Everybody's different. And if we keep forcing out everybody that you think is quote unquote different, we'll all be the same, and then there'll be one really boring, screwed up world. I mean, it's screwed up enough, but just, it's not fair to force people out of this world. And so just to show that I love these 6 people, I'm wearing purple. No, I am not a Ravens fan. I'm from Baltimore. If you're wearing purple, they're like, oh, Ravens. Yeah. We're ignorant too, but anyways. So on a bit of a happier note, Taylor wants to know whether I like milk or water. I like water. I just love these really inventive questions. I don't really like milk. It tastes kind of, I can't drink it straight. I can eat ice cream, depending on flavor, and I can have milk and cereal, but I can't drink it straight. It's really gross. But I can drink milkshakes, and I can drink strawberry milk, but I can't drink chocolate. It's a long story, but basically water. I prefer water. Taylor's other question was Pepsi or Coke? That is a very tough question. I guess Pepsi? I drink ginger ale mostly. Well, when I was actually it's funny, when I was a teenager in high school, Pepsi was endorsed by Britney Spears and Coke was endorsed by Christina Aguilera. And you know, this was during the big pop princess war. I know most of you don't remember that, but there was a huge, debate, Britney or Christina. And the guys in my school kind of equated it to mean Coke or Pepsi. So one guy at my school drank Coke and he's like Christina, and one guy at my school drank Pepsi. He said Britney. So I would drink both depending on which was there. And actually I drank Coke more so. But when I started living with my aunt, she drank a lot of Pepsi. So I just drank Pepsi, and then about like a few months later, I tried Coke again. It tasted really disgusting to me for some reason. It was weird. But right now, I just drink ginger ale. When I'm at school and I go to the dining hall, they have the soda fountain. Well, no, I usually get orange soda there, but whatever they have, like if I go to McDonald's or Burger King, whatever Coke product they have Coke or Pepsi, I don't really care. I'm not going to be like super picky and say, oh, good heavens, they have Pepsi, heaven forbid. And Ashley wanted to know which country or city I would like to visit someday. That is also a very long question. I guess we'll start with the U.S. I would love to go to Florida. Just I know Florida's not a city, but just anywhere in Florida. I've never even been to the state of Florida. I've been to like Miami International Airport because I was changing planes when we were coming back from St. Thomas, and it looks like a lovely airport. But that's all I got to see of Florida. Everything else I've seen of it is on TV, so I'd love to go. Not live there, because I explained in my last video how I don't want to live there, but, go visit it. And the main place there I would love to visit is Disney World. I have never been, well, if I've never been to Florida, I've never been to Disney World. And I've also never been to Disneyland either. In California, it's another place I want to visit. But I want to go to either Disneyland or Disney World because that has been my dream as a child. We used to watch it on TV all the time. We had the sing-along tapes where they go to Disney World. And there's this ride, I don't know if it's a Disney World or Disneyland or both, but it's called Thunder Mountain Railroad. And it's like a roller coaster that goes up a mountain. And I don't know, it looks cool. I want to go on that. I want to go on Double the Flying Elephant. And I want to go on the teacups. I mean, I go on teacups at other amusement parks as we have them here, but it's not the same. And I want to go stay in that hotel in Disney World that's designed like the 80s and has like a Rubik's Cube pool. I know it exists because my friend stayed in there and rubbed it in my face. Ugh. So, growing up, we kept begging my parents, can we go, but we couldn't go. So now all I can hope for is that I get married someday and that's my honeymoon, to go to Disney World. Yeah, like I can find a guy that's willing to do that. So I was thinking on the Food Network where this lady got married at Disney World. It was really expensive though, I probably couldn't do that. Although I guess I would probably forego the bachelorette tea party with the March Hare and the Mad Hatter because that's just weird. But it was still kind of pricey. And I don't know if I'd want Mickey and Minnie at my wedding reception. I mean, they're okay people, but I don't know, I also want to go to Vegas. I've never been to Vegas either. Always wanted to go to Vegas. That was, at one point, I actually wanted to get married in Vegas, but my parents were like, if we're paying for your wedding someday, we're not paying to fly all your friends to Vegas. And they said my mom also said at one point she wouldn't go if I got married in Vegas. But I still would love to go there someday just to see, because just for the experience. I've always wanted to go to Vegas. And California, it's another state. I just would love to go to California. Most of my daydreams about going to California involve me being on The Price is Right, which is just weird, I know. But there's other stuff out there I'd love to do, like Disneyland, Knott's Berry Farm. My dad's cousin lived near Knott's Berry Farm, and she invited us to go out there once. But for those of you who don't know, Knott's Berry Farm is basically like Disneyland, but it's got Peanuts characters. Yeah, at least it's what I've heard. I don't really know for sure. And I want to go to Minnesota just to visit the Mall of America, because I always wanted to go to the Mall of America. And Chicago to eat their pizza. This is the problem when you watch the Food Network. You watch all these different places. Like, there's a show I watched called Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, where he goes to all these different places to eat. And I find myself wanting to go through the country just to eat at these places, which is really horrible that you're planning a vacation around eating. But do you want to go there? And, no, I can't really think of any place else in the United States. Maybe Hawaii, just to say, hey, I went to Hawaii, but I'm not really that stoked about going there. In countries, other countries, I'm not really an international travel person. I've been to Austria when I was in high school. It was okay. I went to St. Thomas for my mom's friend's wedding. It was really lovely down there, but there wasn't a lot to do. My best friend wants to go to Paris someday, so I might go with her there, but I don't know. I mean, I guess it'd be nice. Maybe Italy. I like Italian food, so I'd go to Italy. Although my cousin went to Italy and she said it was horrible, so I don't don't know. Maybe that's just her perspective. Oh yeah, Australia. And that's not because the person who asked me this question lives in Australia, which is kind of a weird coincidence. They have these lovely beaches. I've seen pictures. And the Sydney Opera House, I hate opera, but that's just such a lovely building. It looks so pretty. And I mean, just to visit it, just to say, hey, I went to Australia. Maybe Canada. I guess that would be closest. I used to want to go to Cancun, Mexico, because that's where everybody went for spring break. Cancun. I remember there was this huge joke going around my school. There was a huge rumor, and I'm not a huge politics fan, so I don't know how much truth there is to this, that George Bush was going to reinstate the draft. And because he was going to reinstate the draft, all these boys at my school were going to run away to Canada. And my friends thought, well, Canada's going to be too crowded. Let's run to Cancun. I don't know. It was a stupid thing. So we were going to go to Cancun to avoid getting drafted. Yeah. I know all you political people are just looking at me shaking their heads saying, are you nuts? But I also wanted to go there because that's where MTV, back when it was good, had spring break. And I always wanted to be on MTV spring break because it had so much fun. So I guess that's about it. You guys take care of yourselves, and remember, I love you. You know, I may have disagreements with people, I may have issues with people, but I love you. And I want you to stay around and be a part of this world as long as you possibly can, because I enjoy having you in it. Thank you. Bye.